Hey everyone, this is Christopher Michael with Trade Movers. I am the owner of a moving company in Chicago and New York. Many of you also notice me for my positive messages that I do on Facebook. And today is a message based on people. They will make you or break you and do whatever they can to disgrace you if they hate you. I promise you that. Now, the reason for this is based on the fact that some people aren't always happy with their life. They're never satisfied with what they have. Not only that, some people wish not to go forward. So what they do is they actually look at the people who are far enough, and then they wind up doing whatever they can to make them feel bad. Going forward, the important thing is about the people who wish to break you don't really care about the message you're trying to send out to the world. Now, for me, I've affected so many lives based on the fact that one person or two people or three people affected my life. Now, the reason why I'm stating this is because people who judge you aren't the people that go through what you go through. You already know what you have been through, and you already know what it feels like to be miserable. Now, there's people I affected, and they actually did different things based on certain things I talked about. Now, that's an important feature. People will make you or break you. I was doing an antisocial experiment throughout the second half of 2014. During this antisocial experiment, which completely backfired on me, I allowed certain people to appear and fixate my mind, which made me kind of backslide into a person who was very depressed, very emotional, and I was doing my best to avoid feeling that way. And what's important is people do not care about your objective. They do not care about your goals. Only you do. And that's important. When you're talking about you want to be something and you want to do something for yourself, the person who hears that really doesn't want to give you that emotion. If you heard of Bishop T.D. Jakes, then you'll understand what I'm talking about, the three friends. Now, there's certain things that you have to understand that we go through in life, and there's certain experiments that talk about how people are, okay? Now, there's things that people say, oh, okay, you're supposed to live a certain way. That is not true. You're supposed to live the way you want to be, which is free and which is based on the way, I would say, your creator or God would want you to be. He wants you to be like a child. He wants you to be happy, living life the right way, properly, under the rules of what is heavenly. Now, what's very important is to understand that, yes, some people may look at me and say, oh, Chris, you're fake. Here's the thing. I lived a very, very bad life, and I did the wrong things. I did so many bad. I don't need to actually get into that. And instead of so many bad, I meant so much bad. All right, going forward, the people who hate you will do whatever they can to take you down. They'll make you or break you, disgrace you if they hate you. They really don't want you to succeed. Now, people are addicted to the chemicals in their brain, which can make them act a certain way without being aware of it. And what I'm talking about is this. The addiction is the chemicals being released that make you sad. People actually can get addicted to that without being aware. Now, when you're consciously aware of this stuff, you can actually change the way you act, change the way you feel, change the way you think. And the way you think is very important, because if you're being affected by someone else, then you're actually letting people take care of you. You ever heard of the statement, you become a product of your environment? So if you surround yourself with a dozen sad people, you're eventually going to break and you're going to wind up becoming sad. I know this for a fact because I tried that, and it's a irrelevant thing, and you shouldn't try that. It's very, very dangerous, and it can lead you to a dangerous point on your mind. When chemicals take over, I'm sorry, I don't care what you have to say, chemicals dictate everything that your brain does. Your brain actually has to function. So a person who wants to go work out and become a person in shape such as myself, they're going to actually have the choice between doing it or not doing it. Now, what I'm saying is that if you choose not to do what you want that makes you better, then you're actually procrastinating, and you can be actually reacting impulsively, making yourself act randomly without even knowing. You can actually look at Athene's theory of everything to look at what I'm talking about, and also look at Google a bunch of the things I'm talking about, and you'll understand where I'm coming from. A lot of people say, okay, you're fake, Christopher. You really don't look happy in real life. And this is the thing. I have to be this way. I own a moving company, which is the person who's judging me doesn't. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to talking about whether you're self-employed, that's something you could actually teach me, if you're self-employed, you do for yourself. Okay, now the people who don't want to see you succeed are the people who are going to try to nick you down and try to chop you up, and they're going to do whatever it takes. And it's very important that you, the person who controls yourself, are aware of the fact that people can make you or break you. They will disgrace you if they hate you. That's the bottom line. That's it. There's no need for you to actually let others dictate where you're going. Now, if the people haven't saved my life, how many lives do you think I could have saved without that experience? And that's what makes us go forward. If people were like teeth, then we would actually see that we can band together. You ever heard that theory? If you take one tooth, they all start falling down? This is something I learned, and I think people need to do. As the world continues to go further, we're only seeing the part of the Bible which they talk about Babylon being built, where they built a tower and then God knocked it down. We're going into that phase, and we're going to get there as the future keeps on going. If you look at the generations, we're getting closer and closer. We have Facebook, Twitter, and every other social media network, and we're getting together as a race, and we're getting together as humanity and becoming closer. It's very important that people rely on themselves. Control your emotions, control the way you think, and don't worry about anyone else. I understand you're going to act a certain way, you may do whatever, and it may not appear to be the right way, but that's not no one's business. It doesn't matter. It's you who makes the decision. You're the one who's in control. You're the one who makes the dictations on yourself. Okay, you can actually get to the point where you're too depressed and you can't control yourself, because when you're depressed, you really don't control anything you're doing. You're actually responding irrational. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is this: live life, be happy, don't allow people to affect you. If they're trying to do something to affect you, whether they're someone you love or you think you love, they wouldn't love you they would love you by not doing the things they do to put you down and make you feel bad. And the only reason I'm stating this is because I actually got too close to death, and then that was the very important thing. I lost every single damn thing, and I'm bringing it back up. And if it wasn't for family, you know what? I would have probably felt even lower. That's the honest truth, okay? People will make you or break you. And my family for 2015 took care of me, and they are making me. They're making sure that I don't go back into the rabbit hole. And they actually did that. Christopher is back and he's awake. Now, I want everyone to understand that it's important to do the same for yourself. Rely on someone. If you need to talk to someone, do it immediately, just so you don't go further down the hole of depression. Depression will take over your life, okay? And that's very important, okay? You can be in an unhappy marriage. You could be in a situation where you're not getting money. You can be in anything that's making you feel bad. But if you're not really relying on the social network or anyone who is positive, then you're only going to make it worse. Find someone, do something. Remember, stay away from the people that will try to break you, and try to do what is necessary. Okay? I guarantee you happiness and success. I wish you the best. God bless. And you know what? If you need anything, don't forget, Trade Movers. 855-696-6833. 2015 is the new motion to push forward and have breakthrough. Don't fall back and just sit and watch everything collapse. Everything will come together once you start using your hands. God made you, gave you the ability to create life, so therefore use your ability to manage it. Take care. God bless. I love you.